took you so long?
Perfect. All right.
What took you so long?
Had a lot of special guests today. It was a neat deal.
Was BYU one of them that we see?
There were a couple a couple coaches. Yeah.
Something you do every year? Is that something you knew you tried to start?
No. There's there's been guys in and out every year. We had much more importantly, no offense to Bronco Mendenhall, he would agree, but we had a bunch of World War II veterans here today, which was incredible honor. A bunch of guys there. We had a Bronze Star winner, a Medal of Honor winner, an original SEAL, a couple Normandy landers, Iwo Jima. I mean, it was incredible. Very, very, very humbling, and just a great deal for our guys to the living history part of that, and was an incredible deal.
You mentioned earlier in spring about back quarterbacks where you were close to improvement. Can you put something in terms of what you've seen improvement-wise from either of those guys at this point now that you've got a little bit deeper into spring ball?
Yes and no. I mean, I think they both have improved a bunch. I couldn't give you X percent or Y percent better or worse for compare and contrast, but happy with their direction. And each guy has kind of had a better day than the other, here and there, but nothing. Those guys probably aren't going to end up separating themselves enough to kind of name a backup by the end of spring. I wouldn't anticipate that.
How different or similar in terms of style of play?
I think they're a lot more similar than they are different. They're both intelligent guys, both tough guys. Jake probably has a little bit stronger arm than Jeff. Jeff's probably slightly more athletic than Jake, but very, very similar. Very similar.
Coach, as you go into spring, did you have kind of an outline of what you wanted to accomplish, and if so, are you meeting the expectations of spring so far?
Yeah, I mean, our biggest goal was simply to improve, and I think we're operating well today. We had a competition day today and a bunch of situational stuff to just try to jump out after the scrimmage and rebound from that.
Who's louder, instructors on here?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, our guys are working hard. I think we're just competing at linebacker, competing at punter and kicker, tailback, all those positions. There's a lot of good competition going, and we don't sit down and go, gosh, by practice 12 we need to know our depth at this position at all. We don't need to know that until September, whatever. And so this is just a time where you can push envelopes and improve.
Are there any objective measures you can take? Because you talk very subjectively, kind of about how you judge improvement and about what you're looking for. Are there any objective measures you can take?
I think when you do that, it's limits. I think if you would have said last year, Marcus Mariota is gonna. Boy, it would be really nice if he threw 20 touchdown passes, and then he probably would have thrown 21, and so that kind of stuff. I think it just limits you. And again, in any facet, whether it's DeForest Buckner learning multiple positions and moving around, Tyson Coleman moving around playing different positions. This is the time of year to improve, to learn how to practice, to learn how to work, get a little adversity, get in situations, play the clock, play the down and distance, and improve.
Was there an objective measure today? Did you score the competition day? Was there a winner?
There was a winner. The offense won. It ended up being a fairly substantial margin, but it wasn't that different, if that makes any sense. We had a couple of big plays toward the end that upped the score a little bit, or up the differential a little bit.
What were those big
Tony
plays?
Washington doing this way?
Tony Washington, he's doing really well. He's a guy that has really stepped up as a leader, a guy that we had talked to beforehand about kind of filling in the role for Dion, not only on the field as a player but on the field as a leader, and he's done a nice job of that. He's a guy that I think is kind of universally liked, and so he not only has that credibility as a player but as a person as well.
He and Dion are very different physically. How will that position
Most people in Dion are very different physically.
How will that position change in your scheme, given that they're two different people?
Well, yeah, the X will probably be moving a little bit differently. Dion is somebody was telling me, I didn't see it, but the sports science deal, he had a couple never before seen type of physical movements, and that guy's a special player, and that's why he's gonna make millions, and deservedly so. But yeah, that's where you just have to mix and match those guys, and whether it's how you blitz them, how you cover them, how you rush them, how you drop them, it'll just be different. And just like I think any year you've got maybe a wideout that does something differently than another year, or a tailback or a quarter. You're just tweaking your system.
You guys ever adjust the depth chart to not make it look like a 4-3 and everyone knows you're on 2-4?
We might change to a 10-1.
So he says, I don't know why he's listed as a 4-3, but he's a 3-4 linebacker.
See, that's my ignorance. I don't even know how we listed.
You guys listed.
We're gonna make up names.
That's why I'm asking. Are we going to change it finally? We don't have a depth chart. Get that out of the way.
We don't lease or own a depth chart.
What were the big plays at the end of the day?
Oh gosh, Rob. Pharaoh Brown scored a touchdown right at the end. We were doing a no-huddle situation. What was the other one? Had a couple long passes, but
Resonated.
I think yeah, exactly. Well, I was just, not again. We were, just making sure everybody's running on and off the field and doing kind of things that we do, and you're a little bit more concerned about some of that stuff. Sure. I think the final score was, I think it was 81-66, but it was a deceiving, make a lot of free throws down the stretch, and they missed a bunch of threes type of deal.
Dylan Osherman seemed to really embrace the year last year that he had to kind of develop. Losing Jackson, 4-year starter, probably not talked about quite as much, but just what have you seen development-wise from Dylan? He's talked a lot about get-off time and things like that he's trying to work on, but how comfortable do you feel going forward with a position that you're losing a 4-year starter?
Well, yeah, Jackson was, stone cold, lockdown, dependable, and that'll be a position of competition going forward. We haven't even written that down, that one down in pencil yet. As far as, obviously, there's a couple more guys coming in the fall that will provide some competition, and we've had a very limited number of true punt reps. The times we've practiced outside is the only time that we've done that, and so, we don't have any kind of representative sample to even make a call or a partial call. It'll be a competition all the way.